there has to be some ownership on the court, and I'll take all the ownership in the world. This is my team, and I lead it, and I'm embarrassed, but I'm not. And by the way, I'm not blaming players. That's not. I own this. I own this, but gonna need some ownership on the court as well.
JJ questioned the togetherness.
I agree with everything JJ said. He already talked to y'all?
Yes, he did.
Whatever he said, I agree 100%, 1,000%.
You did say you agree with everything JJ said.
Everything,
Yes.
everything. So don't ask me.
Well,
about what
it's
JJ
specific.
said. Everything,
Specific.
everything he said is correct.
Valiant effort there, Dave, trying to get a little bit more specificity there. But, Brian, you've covered LeBron for 23 years. Everything. Read the tea leaves for us. What is he agreeing with that JJ said? What does it mean?
Well, here's the good news. The good news is the last time a team got blown out like this in Miami, which was the 76ers, they had an hour-long team meeting. That wasn't necessary here because LeBron was just agreeing with whatever JJ said. Look, this is the team with the 27th best, third worst, however you want to say it, defense in the league. They are a bad defense on an average day. In this day, they gave very little effort. You combine a bad defensive team with very little effort, you are going to get blown out, and that's what happened in this game.
They did. It was a 41-point loss, but JJ said he's taking the blame. But LeBron has said in the past, it's not the coaches to blame, but it's also JJ saying it's not the roster to blame. Perk, who do you blame for this?
Look, I don't want to start with the blame pie, the pumpkin pie, the apple pie. I don't give a damn. What we need to focus on is LeBron James. He's backing up J.J. Redick, and you know this, Wendy, because this is his hire, okay? This is his hire, Darvin Ham's fire. On the flip side of things, they didn't mind the game yesterday in South Beach, did they? That was the name of their podcast. Did they mind the game?
We're going there?
Yeah, we're going there because they didn't. And here's the thing. This is about, the fourth or fifth time in this short season that we've heard them, JJ, go to the podium and say, my team wasn't competing. Well, why the hell your team is not competing? Do you not have the ears of that locker room? Because if you had the ears of the locker room, then your team would go out there, they not necessarily shoot the ball and play well offensively every night, but damn it, they're going to compete. They're not competing. Why are they not competing? Why are these guys not listening to you? That's the real question.
Yeah, I know I'm just back from Angola, but all the way from Africa, I could see the issues that the Lakers are having right now are not normal. Wendy said it. They're 27th in defense so far this season. We know that they're not a great defensive, team. But when you look at this play that was seen quite literally around the world, you'll see that this is not normal for a team that needs to compete. This is a simple brush screen where you normally slip. You're supposed to stick with your guy, but instead Rui is lost in the sauce, and D'Lo has to guard 2, and then 5.6, y'all, feet. That was the average shot distance that they were able to have between a Lakers defender and a shooter.
Wow.
That is not normal. So if you look at these numbers here, season worst, 33 wide open field goals allowed, 19 of them were actually made, and second worst at 58% on those wide open. That's what Miami shot. This is not competing. No matter what, you fight through screens, you communicate. There's something that has been lost, whether, at first I credited a lot of the buy-in that the Lakers had at the beginning. Yeah. Now that's missing in the worst ways defensively.
Yeah, they were not a 10-4 team. That was a bit of a mirage, 10-4. They're also not this bad. We shouldn't judge them at their best or judge them at their worst. But the truth is they haven't really materially changed this roster. They were a play-in team last year. In a league, in a West, it was competitive. They put up some good wins, but they were a play-in team last year. They're probably headed for the play-in this year. They have not made changes last summer. They did not make changes last trade deadline. And the last time they made significant changes to the roster, free agency in 2023, the guys that they signed, Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent, Christian Wood, those guys have not been, either through injury or other reasons, they have not been able to materially affect the team. They have not changed the roster.
We knew that already, Wendy. We knew that last year. We kept asking, why haven't they changed the roster? We know they don't have the pieces. It still don't make up for why they're not competing. And they do need to make some roster changes. I've been saying that. I don't know what moves they need to make, but they need some new energy and new blood in that locker room.
Can the Lakers make a realistic move here, Bobby? What you got?
Well, I think we have to circle December 15th, right? That's the date when 87% of NBA players can be traded. I think the one player to certainly keep an eye on, and this was from the summer, would be Jonas Valanciunas from the Washington Wizards. When Valanciunas was signed and traded from New Orleans to Washington. Everybody you talked to around the league said, well, eventually he's going to be traded when his December 15th restriction. And when you look at it from the Lakers and from the Wizards' perspective, a Gabe Vincent, Valanciunas type pairing works. Remember, the Lakers are an apron team. They are not allowed to take back more money in a deal here. And Valanciunas certainly makes less than Vincent here. Now, the hard part is, as you know, trades don't happen right when December 15th is lifted. Most trades happen deadline week. So we might be in a little bit of a holding pattern as far as what the Lakers can do with their roster until maybe Austin Reeves gets back healthy. We're still waiting on Jared Vanderbilt and Christian Wood and some of those players. But what you see, as I said, kind of is probably what you're going to see for a little bit while with this Lakers team.
Yeah, it's not necessarily, all right, here comes December 15th and a move is going to be made. Bobby, thank you. Does Valanciunas maybe solve some of their issues?
Hell no. Hell no. They need an athletic big. They need a guy. Just think about when the Lakers had success. When you think about making a trade, you're thinking about a guy that's going to come in that AD could benefit off of. I don't see him playing well alongside Valanciunas. We saw when they won the championship, they had athletic bigs in Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee.
Yeah, they also had other playmakers, but go ahead, Wendy.
They need two moves. In all honesty, they need two moves. And internally, they know this, okay? Yes, right now, their two backup centers, Christian Wood and Jackson Hayes, are injured. They're playing two ways as Anthony Davis's backups. That's going to look bad. You're going to look bad when that happens. They also need to address their guard situation. Their guards are mostly all cut from the same cloth. They're all guys who kind of need the ball, other than Dalton Connect, and are not good defenders. They need 3-and-D perimeter players as well.
But Wendy, look at this graphic right there. AD has been struggling as of late, and the reason why the Lakers have been able to stay afloat is because they've had Herculean types of efforts from LeBron James, where we talked about his streak of triple doubles, or we said that Anthony Davis was an MVP. Last night, 3 for 14 from the field, 8 points. I'm not really faulting him because I feel like these guys put so much to starting the season so correct to prove that JJ is their guy and we've got this, that now you're seeing the season wear on them and no one's there to help them up. And that's the problem.
Yeah, let me say two more things. First off,
I love it when you hold up for two.
They have elected to play this season through Anthony Davis, and that has fueled their great start. He was averaging 30 and 10. They slowed way down. Last year under Darvin Ham, they were the 4th fastest team. They played very, very fast. So even on nights when AD wasn't involved, they could get up and down the court. They have slowed to the bottom 10 in pace. And they've done that, by the way, to feature AD. But on nights when AD struggles like he has recently, their offense gets dragged down. The second thing is they're in this position with AD and LeBron being healthy. Combined, they have missed one game. AD has missed one game.
But that's the boat they were in last year.
I understand. I'm just saying, like, their margin for error is tight.
And this is more reasons why they should make a move. If LeBron and AD are showing you that we're going to be committed, we're going to play at a high level, we're going to be available, the front office should say, you know what? Damn it, we do need to make a move.
Before the season started, Rob Pelinka, the general manager, went on the record and said, I'd like to see 30 games. In fairness, it hasn't been 30 games. It's been, less than that. But he also watched the exact same roster last year, Perk. It's not like, he's 30 games with a new coach, but it's not like he doesn't know about this roster.
No, he thought Dalton Connect was going to come save him. That's what he.
I mean, he's in a scouting report in a different way now.
For a couple of games, it did look that way. But as Bobby said, it's not like, okay, now the calendar's going to hit December 15th, and all of a sudden we're going to necessarily see all of these moves be made for LA. But we are seeing the games not necessarily get easier here for the Lakers. Because, look, their next 7, they're facing the red-hot Hawks. That's tomorrow. We have more on the Hawks coming up, so stick around, Hawks fans. And then they face the Blazers. Okay, the Wolves, the Grizzlies, the Kings for 2 games, and then the Pistons, who have had some things to say recently. So it doesn't get any easier here for the Lakers.
I'm on fire.